Welcome in to episode 9 of our Let's Play Civilization 7 modded series here on the Maddish Moose YouTube channel. We are at the very early stages of the exploration age. We have moved up and are playing as Iceland. We finished playing as the Shilla Empire. We are playing as the leader Isabella. We're about to go seeking some natural wonders to further boost our ridiculous yields. Let's see what Civilization 7 has in store for us today. Here we are in our capital city of Skalaholt, brand new capital city. Our old capital of Scorbiola is up here. You will notice that I've gotten a lot of tax down. We tacked out some things. I switched up the tax a little bit, had some different ideas, trying to get a maximum number of our things starters down in Gyeonggi because we're going to try to build Serpent Mound here. It's going to be a bit of a test to see if we can build Serpent Mound. We will get access to it in 9 turns. It should be very interesting to see if we can get it. Gyeonggi does not have a lot of production. Skalaholt does. We're going to try to build Wat Jin Thong in Skalaholt. I had originally planned to build it in our capital, but we just have more production in Skalaholt, so we might as well just get it done as quickly as possible in Skalaholt, and we'll let our old capital, work on some other things. We also, as you recall, have cheated our way, or glitched our way, onto the new world. So we're on distant lands already with a scout. We have met a hostile free peoples, which is not my favorite thing in the world, but there are quite a few nice resources here. I'm not sure we're going to settle anything in the distant lands except natural wonders. We want those wonder boosts to the best of our abilities. We're also aware of the movement of Augustus's troops. Now, we want to declare war on Augustus. I'm actually, ever since I figured out that his capital is here, I'm actually pretty inclined to let him go ahead and just build up Madrid a little bit. I would love to see him put down some lovely buildings for me, maybe even build a wonder. I don't know when we'll declare war on Augustus. It's not going to be, I don't know how much we're going to let him build this up. We're going to declare war pretty quickly. This is a great city. It's a wonderful location. And of course, we want to get down here to Hadramedum because it has the wonder Zhangjiaji, which we want to take over as well. That is the last wonder that we don't have access to on our continent. We have claimed up all the other wonders, and that, of course, is boosting our yields to ridiculous levels, like this yield of 15 food and 7.5 culture per turn per tile on this wonder, which is just, look, these numbers with Isabella are just completely ridiculous. Like, the yield numbers are crazy. Look at this one. 7.5 production and 15 food down here. I mean, they're huge numbers, right? This is what makes Isabella fun to play. And now that we're playing Iceland, we're pairing all of Iceland's beautiful wonder-seeking things with that, and we're going to test out some new naval pillage economy, because the naval pillage economy was recently revamped, including the ability to pillage on the shore for the actual yields, just like you can when you're in the water. Those things all now exist as well, which actually just plays very, very well into Iceland's kit. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of that. We are saving our gold currently to see if we want to buy in any production-based buildings and or kind of extend some of our towns. We want our towns to kind of get where they need to go so that we can then get our thing starters in and then specialize them to just kind of flow into our cities a little bit more. Additionally, we are waiting on accumulated influence, either to invest in another independent power, which we have invested in 2 different independent powers already, but we'd also like to send more trade routes to our ally, Mr. Frederick. We also need to get another ally, maybe someone on the distant lands, and start sending trade routes that way. The more allies we have that we're sending trade routes to, the better. Our only real war target that we know of right now is just Augustus, because he has that wonder claim. Now, when we get to the New World, we may be taking a second look at that, because if someone else has claimed a wonder on the New World, that may become also a target potentially for us. So we will find out how that goes. That also emphasizes, like, we need to get to the distant lands as quickly as possible and then get a settler there as quickly as possible so we can just go find those natural wonders in case they haven't been settled yet. Maybe people are pushing towards them, but if we can get access to them without having to go to war, that would be best for us, right? If we have to go to war, we've got our Vikingers, we've got our ridiculously good navy. Hopefully the Wonder is somewhere near the shore and we can fight that way. Otherwise, we'll trade up some armies. Let's press that next turn button. See where the game will take us. And so our next civic is done. Piety is complete. We now have the ability to get 20% production towards overbuilding, which is very nice. We have access to the temple if we want to build one and start up our religion. Again, we're not in a rush to do that. And we also have access to the Wat Ji Thong, which is why we went in this direction in the first place. Now, we could check out our policies and see, do we want to put this 20% in towards overbuilding? I don't know if we're really pushing this particularly right now. Here's the thing. We're not actually getting anything out of most of these things right now. So if we are building like an overbuilding, like this would be helpful to have in. We'll probably put this in as soon as we get to another celebration pretty quickly. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it out. I don't actually think we're overbuilding in any of our spots. I think we're building fresh because we've got fresh builds going on. So I'm not overly concerned about that yet. It is something I want in at some point, though. We do need to choose our next civic, so let's take a look. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to progress down our Iceland civics tree. So let's go into Hugens Drekka, and then we'll just kind of move our way through the rest of the Iceland civic. I honestly think we're going to move our way through the entire Iceland civics tree next. There are good things here that we could potentially grab, but for now, I want to get access to making sure that our pillages are going to be maximally utilized when we are getting our military, especially our navy, up to building speed. Okay, here we are going to build the Wat Ji Thong. That is a 6-turn build for us. We have it tacked out right here in this spot. This is a beautiful spot for this wonder because it's going to get us some really, really nice adjacency really, really fast, including adjacency to our capital, which is going to get us +1 science and +1 culture right away for having a finished quarter there, with which wonders do count as. So we're going to get some nice bonuses from that, along with future kind of bonuses for the adjacency for the buildings that we have. Plus, again, Wat Ji Thong gets us +2 culture. That's here nor there, probably neither here nor there, but 200 gold every time we get a great work. And don't forget, we get great works from completing civics masteries playing as Iceland. So not only could we get some via our religion, we could actually also get them via these civics masteries, which gives us a capacity to actually get many more great works than you might otherwise get in this particular era. Hence the reason I'm actually going after this wonder. I think it's a pretty good wonder regardless if you to generate some gold. It's probably very, very good if you're playing Iceland because you could kind of almost, I would say, double up on your great works recruitment, which feels funny as Iceland because you're actually kind of more so supposed to be out there pillaging. But I think if you do religion, even though your missionaries cost more, you could still get quite a few of these great works plus the civics. You're setting yourself up really well having Wat Ji Thong. This guy is still just hanging out till we can cross, which is actually going to be a while, unfortunately for him. We have to watch out for whatever free peoples this is. So we want to be careful moving here. Now, we've got a straight 2-turn move, but let's jump here first and then move here. And that is unfortunate because that guy is standing directly on top of where we need to go. Now, can we maneuver around that? We will find out. So far, we have not seen any natural wonders on the distant lands as of yet. Let's press that next turn button and we'll continue rolling along. We have enough accumulated influence to trade again with Frederick. If you remember, we sent 2 traders to Frederick's land. So once those traders arrive there and we are able to do that, then we'll go ahead and up that investment. But until they're there, I don't feel the need to spend any of that. And we might even end up investing in another independent power before we do that, just depending on timing. Let's take a look at it when we get there. All right, we have a ship here that is now fully healed, so let's get him over here. We'll probably have him cross up here somewhere. This guy's going to be fully healed now, and we'll have him cross right here. So that's probably the next boat that it's going to give us. We would need open borders to cross here, but I feel like we could probably get open borders from here at Tubman. So I'm going to go ahead and move right here. That's going to get us access to Jajet, and I wonder if we could even send a trader here now. I bet we could. I would assume distance-wise we might be able to, especially if they have, it looks like they have their harbor fishing key down. But if we could send trade routes that way, that might be highly advantageous. That means on the next turn, we'll probably be asking for open borders just so we can cross over into her land. There is the city of Dejet from Harriet Tubman. All right, this guy has to stay. He can't move now. This guy moved. So if we move here, we risk the attack from this guy, but I think it's worth it and then try to just sneak around. If we only get attacked by this guy and there's not another unit. Now, if this scout dies, it will be highly unfortunate. He'll still have served a good purpose, but I'm going to risk... Oh, I can't actually get there because of zone of control. That is unfortunate. And I don't think I can have him get attacked twice. So I think we're going to pull back. We'll have to go around the mountains and try to sneak back in. It all depends on placement of where their actual clan has spawned. Where is their settlement? All right, 5 turns on Wachi Thong. We're also building stone cutters in both of our other cities, which feels pretty good. We have a solid amount of gold. I think what I'd like to do is come down here into Miyoyama, and I would like to overbuild this tile. Remember, we're trying to get expansions onto all of our happiness tiles so we can turn this into a resort town. So if we want to do that, we have a granary already, and we are going to have a couple of woodcutters. So I think the next best thing for us is probably to have our saw pit down. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase a saw pit on this tile. I'm purchasing it on that tile because I want to population off of that. There's no happiness yield on this tile naturally. So if we buy in our saw pit here, not only will it benefit our woodcutter tiles, but we can then also grow our town back out into those. So we could just take the other woodcutter, but I'm going to take this farm so we can grow just a little bit faster. This is actually, if we grow here, we have now grown to every tile that this place can reach that has a natural happiness yield, except for this one. So in 9 turns, we'll put this down when it grows, and then we'll specialize this town. I can't pop jump any more than what I've already done. So that'll be the move. Now, there are some really nice woodcutters here that we could potentially expand to, but I don't think that it's going to be worth it to wait to expand to those. It takes so long to grow towns past a certain number. So we'll grow to this one with the happiness. That will give us all our happiness tiles worked, and then we'll make it into a resort town. Now, we have more gold as well. The other place to think about doing that is here, except we don't actually want to pop jump anywhere here. We just want growth, but they already have their brickyard and granary. Now, we could put a saw pit down here to help extend our reach a little bit. And in fact, probably this tile right here would be a nice place for that saw pit. It's not actually going to gain any growth by doing that. And the problem we actually have in Yodam is we need more food to be able to grow it, right? So we'll probably grow to this tile here next because, again, we can put a farm down there. We're going to try to maximize all that. What we'll probably be doing is we will put down our one of our buildings here, probably like, again, saw pit, stone yard, whatever. And then we'll be able to grist mill this for extra food. That will be the plan in this particular location. If you look at it, there's actually a triple adjacency spot for like a science building or something like that. We may make them into an urban center so that we can actually fill in some of these spots. There's a couple really good spots for things. We don't have a mountain per se to build anything on in that way, but we could get some pretty decent adjacency buildings like here, here, here. So Yodam might make a lot of sense going in that direction eventually. Well, let's just keep them growing for now, and then we'll play around with that when we get there. And we move for our next turn. Now, once Scalaholt is done with Wat Ji Thong, I think we're going to want to produce some serious military units out of that. All right, we are now at our location, and I believe that means we are in Wakab now. I think that's what we decided to go for this first time. So let's go ahead and establish a trade route. That will hopefully help our relationship additionally as well. And I believe that gave us all empire and treasure resources. So we're just going to sit on that for the time being. A religion has been founded, not our religion. We have rough seas damaging us, and we will go to our relationship over here with Harriet Tubman and request open borders. She has accepted, which is good because that means we can move our boat into her land. Go ahead and get over here, and then we're going to go south with this boat. This boat will cross over here and try to go north. Now, we have open borders here already, so maybe we even just take this boat here, cross, and go north. That probably would be smart because this is a quick cross, and this one's a bit of a longer cross. We'll take more damage. So that's probably actually what we'll go ahead and do with this guy. Let's get him over here, and then we'll cross him at the same location, essentially. New religion has been founded. We're not going to rush our religion, although we certainly could. I'm still going to go this way. We'll probably scoot down. Well, there's too many cliffs here to make a search useful, but we can see we're just kind of skirting the top part of this right here. Okay, 1,600 gold still. We have the ability to potentially buy in a big building when we get to a building that we really want. That might even be... I'm wondering if we should buy in some thing starters. Because we have some really nice thing starter spots. That would push... You know what? Let's... How much are they? They're 360, and we have a 4 happiness, 6 culture thing starter that we can put down. Let's at least put one down. Like, look at this one right here. Let's make sure that was a tacked one. It is. That's such a good one. Look at that. That is a full, in fact, that is a full adjacency thing starter. That is the best, I am relatively certain that is the best thing starter that you could put down. 7 culture, 5 happiness. It is picking up culture from every single tile around it. That is wildly good. We should probably check all of our cities for that, because if we're spending our gold, well, we can look at our tax actually, right? This is a 3-4. That one's not bad actually. That one's not bad. I mean, 4-3. Oh, that one. There's the same. We have 2 of them that are like that. I like getting this one down because it's adjacent to that volcano, and it probably is going to get some nice yields eventually. So let's do that. Honestly, I feel like we should. Can we buy one here too? I could buy one here, up here, which is not bad. Oh no, we have to expand there first. So I need growth so I can expand to here. In hindsight, right? We decided we wanted to claim this tile for Skalaholt instead of Youngi because it ends up being a really good thing starter spot. And we're gonna try to build Serpent Mound here. We should have potentially claimed this, right? But if we look at our city borders, this tile is part of our capital and not part of Youngi. It would have been nice for that tile to have been in Youngi for the Serpent Mound effect, if we get there, right? And for putting a thing starter down, we also get a narrative event, I'm relatively sure. All right, recitation makes these laws communal. We can take 300 culture. That is a large amount of culture. Holy smokes. Or we can take 300 science. Now, we are producing culture at a fast pace. 198 culture per turn is what we're rolling right now. I don't feel the need to do that. However, we can get faster access to Serpent Mound if we take this 300 science. And we're only making 48 science per turn, so this is a ton of science for us. So we're going to go ahead and say that the laws should be written down for private consultation. 300 science gets us access to Serpent Mound. All right, that changes all of our plans as we now need to spend the rest of our gold getting Youngi up and running from this perspective. So if we go over to purchase, actually figured out and was informed that even if you have a building active in your queue, it now can be purchased at the reduced rates. You can actually see right here that we have 65 gold reduction essentially because we put production into it. So it's only going to cost us 256 to finish putting the stone cutter in. So we can just purchase the stone cutter, boom, and there the stone cutter goes in. So we have now maximum production, at least that we can get currently here, and that will lead us to go down here and be able to put Serpent Mound down on our Serpent Mound tile down here. Go ahead and slap that down. That will actually cause us to have to move some stuff. That is a 17 turn build currently. That's a pretty long build, but that big science boost that we got hopefully will help us be at least a little bit on top of building that. We want to be able to, if we can, get access to changing our resources around. I would love to take a look at getting Youngi more production. Right now they have 1 production. I would love to maneuver all of our production into Youngi for those purposes. We might even like camels that, right? But we have to be able to switch all our stuff up. So we need a growth or something or some event where we get the ability to maneuver our resources around to be able to do that. I probably should have thought of that in beforehand, and actually, all we have to do is put in this cotton up here, which is not optimal because we'd like to put in this mine for the production, but I think we can actually get more production if we just take this cotton right now. So let's go ahead and grab this cotton because that will allow us to rearrange our resources. That is lovely. So now we can maneuver Youngi around, try to grab all the best stuff for it. So anything that has production, we're going to move her over here. We could leave some in Skalaholt. Let's see what we're going to do here. Scalaholt is building a wonder. I think they're going to get theirs done. They had some pretty solid production. If for some reason we don't, I mean, that's on us, right? That's on me for pulling it out. I'm going to put everything into Gungi. We're just going to max out their production. We've actually upped their production by a ton now. And then what we'll do in Scalaholt, because we actually need Scalaholt to grow, is we'll go ahead and give them the crabs resource there. And then we'll leave the jade and Scorpiol because they're making the most money. We may also, after this wonder is done, and because I don't know when the next time I'll get to do this is, what I might do is just assign all of these now. So we'll go ahead and put the kaolin in, and I just put all of them in Scalaholt. Because we need Scalaholt to grow faster than we need Scorpiol to grow. And I'm going to start training units out of Scalaholt soon as well. So I'm going to sacrifice some of that gold per turn and happiness per turn that we were getting by having them unassigned and just assign them in. Again, we have some food spread out across some of our towns as well. So that feels good. Let's do that. And we'll choose our next technology. Now, I think that cartography is our next best play. We could go to machinery and get access to the gristmill sawmill, but I think we need to get our units in the water. I'd like to be able to get settlers across the land, into the distant lands as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and go cartography next. Feels like a pretty solid move. We have 700 gold still, so we still have gold if we need to put in some production buildings or do something of that nature. 4 turns on Scalaholt, and we got it down to 12 on Serpent Mound. So all the changes we made have gotten us down to 12. So we shaved 5 turns off of our Serpent Mound build. So hopefully we can get that done. That's going to be a tight one. I think that one's going to be pretty tight. We have our Vikinger that is now across. That's good. And we will send this Vikinger, will go south. And our first order of business is, oh my gosh, look at this. This is an island settle in Jadet. So that is fascinating. So we actually need to cut, if this is also an island settle, that would be fascinating as well, because that means we can cut all the way through here. And what it means is that several of Harriet Tubman's settles are actually island settles. And if they're not on wonders, that's good news for us, because it means there's more room for us to move into the distant lands and try to pick up some settles in key locations, which feels pretty good. We're getting a gift from Stockholm, which is also going to be more science. It's 125 more science. This is big for us because our science is pretty abysmally low at 48. If you look at our numbers compared to everybody else, we are very low in science. Our culture numbers are pretty good, except that Harriet Tubman's is completely ridiculous. But our science is so low that anytime we can get a science boost, that's going to be a pretty big deal for us. We've also met a new civilization, Xerxes the Achaemenid. Xerxes the Achaemenid is one of my favorite leaders in Civilization 7. I very much enjoy playing with him. I think he is versatile. I think he pairs well with a lot of different civilizations. So if you get the chance, give Xerxes the Achaemenid a try. He is a lot of fun to play as. Let's do a friendly greeting. Got to put us back a little bit on our influence generation, but we're doing pretty good with that anyway. 185. I think Ngulu Mapu is going to be our next investment at 227. Again, we still need to save a couple hundred to invest with Frederick when our traders get to those locations. So we'll see which one we get to first here. All right, and Scorpiol is ready to build. We do have that thing Stoddard that we did put in one here, but we could get another in. The other thing to think about is our saga heroes. These are our great people. Do we want to start producing our great people? That might be something that could be very, very valuable for us. We could also build a settler, get them ready to cross. We could build a settler in 2 turns, but then they have to maneuver their way over to the other land. It might be very, very interesting to maneuver a settler in that direction. Now, we don't have a military necessarily to move that way, although we could put together a quick little army with that extra commander and make that move to try to get to the new world faster from a settlement standpoint. The other issue is we have this ridiculously good observatory we could put in. And I think we probably need to go this way. Our science is really low. So let's get this observatory in first, because I think it's going to be very important to put that in. So let's go ahead and grab that. That is a big observatory. 6 turns and our science will at least get a nice little boost from that. So make sure we get that done. Keep this guy going down here again. I think we'll cross here and go north with this guy. This guy is just itching to get across the water. 10 turns until that will happen. And then we are here and we're moving very gingerly and carefully. See if we get the, man, there's a lot of treasure resources on this island. Let's see, where is this Free Peoples? I guess we're gonna find out on the next turn where this independent power is located. I'm a little worried about that. We know this is a safe investment, so let's just do this. We'll get that up and running. In 2 turns, we'll have enough to invest. Well, it'll be close. In 2-ish, maybe 3 turns, we'll have enough to invest with another trade route for Frederick. So I think we'll be close enough with that. This guy's just itching to go. I know I should probably just turn him off, but I have to keep him in my mind. Otherwise, I will fail at getting him across. Okay, this guy's going to go here first, then we'll cross. This guy is damaged, but we're going to keep him moving this direction. There is where we should have invested. That's unfortunate. Should have probably moved this guy first. Would have loved to invest in a merchant. Let's see. Has anyone invested there? No one's invested there. We could have gotten our suzerainty over here on the New World. That would have been nice. Oh, unfortunate. Bad timing on my part. All right, let's sneak down here. And we can actually, because we can't get here now, we can actually run a search really quick. Oh, interesting. This might be an island. There's possibilities that it's not, but if it's an island, this guy's going to end up being stuck anyway. But we'll get another discovery out of it, and then there's another independent power here somewhere. There's some Free Peoples, I think. All right, we got some gold. We spent all our influence. We'll keep the gold. I don't think we have to have it yet. 2 turns on Wat Chi Thong, 10 now on Serpent Mound. Gonna be tight on those wonders, I think. Gonna be close. We got some people with big numbers. I mean, you look at Harriet Tubman's numbers, she's gonna have first right of refusal on just about any wonder she wants with those numbers, in my opinion. All right, let's get this trade route established with Roma. That should hopefully help our relationship a bit. And if we need to, we can send him, we'll be sending him trade route stuff and things like that. We'll also get resource assignment out of that. That feels pretty good. Let's see, where's our highest culture coming from? Oh, Sorbiol for sure. Oh my gosh, watch this. Oh, that's beautiful. We have more 10% culture to some place that already had 60 culture. That wonder is just wild. Okay, and then we could potentially up our production in Skalaholt, but I don't think we really need to. So let's just put this here. And in fact, I wonder if we should move our crabs out into one of our towns, like Miyoyama. And then we'll move this in here. Skalaholt's going to start training some units, I think, here very quickly, so we can get our navy up and running. We need our fleet commander, so we're gonna be training a bunch of units here. And actually, Skalaholt probably then will become the place that will be very effective to also train our saga heroes, because I think those count as units as well. Correct me in the comments if I am wrong. We are in Ruin. We have 1. No, we're going to be short by 2 influence. We have 2 turns before we can send this trade route to Ruin. So he will just have to hold for those 2 turns. Again, we chose to invest. It was a bad investment as it turned out, because we wanted to invest down here. So if we'll have to hold on that, see if that can come to fruition. Let's get this guy across. This guy can keep going down. We want to get as close to the coast as possible, so that we can see if we can catch the eye of a wonder, potentially. Oh, that is a lovely great lighthouse. That is... Look at this. Oh, man. What? Look at this land. Colossus. Great lighthouse. Mausoleum at Halcyon. If only this mausoleum would have sat right here. That would have been this, like, epic, like, triple on the water. Oh, man. This mausoleum, if it would have been right here. I mean, it's great as it is, but, like, look at this. This is just beautiful. That's a beautiful thing right there. And then they've got a Golden Age Academy and a bazaar sitting up here. I mean, I don't know about the bazaar. That's probably a bad location for bazaar, but oh, it looks beautiful. And you can see where her numbers are coming from a little bit with that. All right, so we can pop down here. And then I think we're going to get ourselves in trouble. We're just going to take this. Yeah, we're going to get attacked, but we'll try to get away. We can take -100 science for a turn to get 200 culture. That's a bad deal for us. We don't want to cost ourselves science for culture. So I guess we'll just take the 200 gold. We'll take the 200 gold. Okay. And we are ready for our next turn. 1 turn left on Wat Chi Thong, so we'll see if we get that.
Let the rain fall according to season, and let the frogs cry out in the fields.
We got it. Wat Chi Thong. And now we're going to be able to get some serious money from our great works. Oh, that's a beautiful wonder too. Look at that. I don't think I've built this one yet. That's exquisite. Very pretty. Love it. Sitting right there. Oh, giving us adjacency. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get this guy across for our open borders. Got a gift coming from another city-state. My scout was attacked. That makes a lot of sense. And we'll try to get him out of here. Now, I'd love to see where these guys are, but I'm a little afraid of losing this scout. And I really don't want to lose this scout. So I think we'll just escape up to here and then try to heal up. And we could go here and then search. But didn't we already search from this location? No, because we would have seen this. Let's do one search before we try. Well, you know what? No, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose them. But the theme of this whole gameplay so far has been being greedy. I'm gonna take a moment to be not greedy. All right, that's a bonus of 125 culture. That feels nice, and we're getting closer to suzerainty. Uh-oh. Oh, Jose Rizal. Jose Rizal, why? Oh, our relationship was getting repaired, Jose Rizal. Yeah, prepare for war. Jose Rizal is not going to be pleased. All right, and we have production to use in Scalaholt. Now, we could get a ridiculous observatory down. And again, I think that's probably our play. Let's get the observatory in, then we're going to go into just a bunch of units. It's a quick 4-turn build. So let's go observatory on our observatory spot. We're not overbuilding, so we don't need to really worry about putting our overbuild card in yet, although we probably should. Scorbiol is actually overbuilding, so we could have gotten 20% production on that. But get the observatory in. I want that science. I want to boost our science up pretty early. And then Scalaholt's going to go into probably just a time period where we're going to do our fleet commander. We're going to do boats, full like 6 stack of boats. Well, maybe a 5 stack because we already have one here. So we'll get 6 boats and a fleet commander. We also want to get Saga heroes going. So we'll probably try to get some Saga heroes going as well. It'll depend on what buildings pop up in between there and if we want to grab another wonder or something like that. We're pretty far off. The only other wonder I have tacked out for them is potentially to get Schwedagon Zedi Da right here. So that would be pretty beneficial to us, actually, if we could get that. Let's continue our trip down south. And there's pyramids as well. Yeah, she built all the wonders. She built all the wonders. Oh, and it swings around a little bit. Okay. But you know what would be really nice is if right here there was a wonder. And we could just settle here, here, and then over here. I'm just in a perfect world. We also have 1,800 gold, so be aware of our gold situation as we go. Our next civic has been unlocked. Check our policies. We are going to do this in just a second, but we're not doing it right now. We're going to research another civic maybe before we start building our boats. I'm going to pull this for the 7 science for now. We also are overbuilding potentially. I'm going to get the 7 science in. I'm just trying to boost my science number. I'm a little concerned about how low it is. We need to make sure we put this in before we train any naval units, though. This Vikinger was damaged. We know that. He's going to go up north. We'll move in that direction. Augustus would like to reconcile. I really don't want to reconcile with you. 64? I actually don't want to. Here's the deal. I am actually going to spend... Oh, that cost me, though. That's fine. We have enough. I'm going to cancel this diplomatic action. I know I want to go to war with Augustus, and I don't want to have to, like, spend more on that. Like, we already don't like each other. Let's keep it that way. Now, if Jose Rizal wants to reconcile, I will happily support that. Specifically before we steal that free peoples from him. Let's get this done. This will get us a great work as well. Now, do we have a place to put that great work? We do not. But we'll still get the 200 gold from it. This guy's still waiting to cross another 5 turns only. And we can do this now, right? We have enough to improve trade relations with Frederick. That's boosting our relationship up, which is very, very good. And we'll go ahead and use that right away. Get access to Ruin's resources, which we actually have almost no place to put. We do have 3 production, 3 gold, and that actually makes the most sense in Scorbiol. Go ahead and add our gold there because they've got the jade, right? And then we have more production and food, and I'm wondering if we just maybe sub out some of these now. I don't know if we need happiness so much. We could probably leave all our happiness just sitting out for now. It feels like we're getting, I mean, look, we're only getting 3 happiness in our homeland cities, and if we just leave them sitting here, we get 2. It makes no sense, right? It makes no sense to put these in. It's 1 happiness, and you're costing yourself 2 gold if you slot these. Like, never, in fact, unless you're putting it into a distant land city and you actually need happiness, you should actually never slot pearls. There's no reason to slot them at all. This guy's at Kapua as well, so we have to hold this guy for a little bit. But what we'll know, now that we have another trade route running, let's take a look. Let's take a look. 36 food and 36 production for strategic allies. This is such a potent one. If we can get more allies and more trade routes, we are going to be just flowing. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. That I believe is on an ocean tile, so we can't get to that right now. Let's go up here. Let's find out what's at the north part here, and then try to heal this unit at some point. Okay, we have almost 2,000 gold now. We should probably try to look for other Thingstadter locations that are decent. We had one, oh, this one we can't put down. And this one we're not gonna do. So none here. But we have a couple more good ones here if we're working them. We are working this one. That one would be a good one. Let's go and get that down. Let's do that. We'll purchase this Thingstadter and put it, here is the better location. That's why we tacked that one. Our next influence spend is going to be on another trade route to Rome. And then after that, if no one has invested in Kilwa. Too late. Oh, and now we gained some extra information. We have not met Himiko, but Himiko has invested in Kilwa. So now we know we have another friend. We won't be investing in Kilwa. Oh, this boat needs to do its thing. I'm going to carefully move it against the shore so I can get as much viewpoint as I can. Again, there's like a settle here, but we are looking pretty much exclusively to see if we can't grab some natural wonders in the distant lands. I think that 20% culture, it's going to throw our culture number up through the roof again. And now we get to add another one of these in, and that feels good. I think we can hold on this again. I think I want to put this overproduction one in. We want that overbuilding. That 20% overbuilding feels pretty good to me. So let's go with that for now. We want to get this Drakviet in at some point, but we'll hold. I'll probably switch that out for the overbuilding one when we get there. This guy's still hanging out. This guy's going towards the coast so we can see as much as we can. I want to get this uncovered just in case we can see anything here. Well, there's a river right here. It'd be nice to pop up the rivers just to see what's up there. Look at this. Look at how much sugar there is here. Kilwa's in such a nice location. We want to be able to trade with them if at all possible. Oh, in fact, are we within trade range? Did I check that? Are we within trade? We can trade with the jet. And, oh man, okay. So it would be nice to get a better relationship with Harriet Tubman. So far, she doesn't have any wonders in her land. We'll make a decision on that here in a little bit. We're spending all our influence on Frederick right now, so I think we're fine. But we may also want to get a few more trade routes out to more of these folks. Hopping around the islands here. There's some nice land over here as well. Start thinking about that settler and where we're going to send them. We have to hold for one more turn over there. And then this guy I'm going to move to this spot so I can get in the water if we need to. And then we're just going to heal and hope that none of his units come and find me. That is the plan. 1,700 gold, 60 influence, which we'll be able to spend on this next turn. Oh, Augustus. There it is. Augustus decides to declare the war on me. We did decline his reconciliation. All right, Augustus, let's do this. I've been looking forward to our time together. All right, Scalaholt has one turn left on this observatory. We're going to go ahead and just purchase that for a grand total sum of 200. Just get that in, and we are going to build... Actually, you know what? Screw it. We're not even going to build it. I'm going to buy a fleet commander. And then we're going to start producing Vikingers. Let's get them built. Let's get them out. Perfect. And then we can grab our army, which has 2 coursers in it. We'll be able to pick up another courser. And we have a heavy archer here. I wonder if we should grab this. I wonder if we should grab this heavy archer as well. We're going to send our commander over as well to pick up some experience. So this... Now, should we leave a guy to defend this territory? I think we can just push in this direction. Let's just pack him up. And we can actually get shots on this courser, right? We park it right here. Because this guy is already an upgraded general, so we can plop our coursers out in front. We'll get to see if our relationship with Frederick is good enough that he will join us in war against Augustus, because that would actually help us quite a bit. And then we will deploy our archer on this time. Oh, wait, these are both vegetated, aren't they? Oh, wait, that one's not. Oh, thank goodness. And we'll go ahead and take our shot. Getting us some more experience. And we could technically attack him, but I feel like we could just hold this position. Let him attack one of us, and then we'll hit him. This courser's going to come join us anyway as well. Out of Scalaholt. And so that gives us a nice little frontier, and we'll start pushing on this. Probably want to grab... You know what? I was going to grab a siege weapon. I don't think we need any siege weapons. We're going to do that with our boats, right? So here's a Terceo. I'd love to move my commander before I did this, but he's probably just going to get on land, right? Oh, I don't have to. I can shoot from right here. I forgot. Our fleet commander will get experience for this. There we go. Immediate experience for the fleet commander. I'd love to see it. Honestly, we'll probably build a Vikinger and then buy a Vikinger every turn out of Scalaholt now. The war is afoot. Ah, and we have our growth. There we go. We'll grow there. And then Mayoyama is ready to specialize. We have all of our happiness yields are worked. We could, again, these are nice tiles from a gold standpoint, but let's go ahead and make it into a resort town. You can see using our mod, which gives us access to extra information on the town focus screen, we can actually see that we're going to get 16 happiness, 16 gold, 7.5 food, and 3.8 production out of making this resort town, as compared to 12 food or 9 production, which would just be gold, right? We can also make it a hub town, but none of this particularly matters to us when we could get resort town. Resort town, just as an FYI, not always, but a lot of the time, resort town is going to be your best bet for buffing your yields up on most things. Even if you're not getting that 50% tile yield from Natural Wonder, if you have land that has happiness on it, you're going to get +1 happiness and gold per age, which is 2 for us right now, right? Because we're in the exploration age. 2 happiness, 2 gold on rural tiles that have at least 1 happiness. So the boost on this is going to look absolutely stunning when we apply it. So we'll go resort town. And then what you'll notice is, look at these yields. A 4 happiness. We got the 2 gold on there. That's very nice. And that's across the board. All of these happiness tiles, which again is why we waited to get all the happiness yields down. Again, if it doesn't have happiness, it doesn't gain anything. But if it has happiness on it, natural happiness yield, then when you make it a resort town, it gets extra happiness and extra gold. These tiles are very, very nice. And honestly, I don't feel the need to grow this anymore at all. Those are great yields that are going to help us across the future of what we're doing here. All right, Sierra Biola's got that observatory in. We like that. I'm going to go settler now. No, in fact, 600? No, I can't spend 600. 2 turns on the settler works for me, you know? Let's go settler. I'm going to get the settler out because we're going to be able to cross here pretty soon. And so we can get a settler out as fast as possible towards wherever we want to end up going. So I'm going to go settler out of Sierra Biola. We have 5 turns left on Serpent Mound. We are suffering from war burns. Oh, that's a bummer. He has a war support on us. Okay. How much does it cost to invest? 120? Okay. So we can't actually invest in that right now. And actually, that's going to cost us. That's going to cost us problems. We have the happiness to be able to deal with it right now, but I don't like the reduction. The reduction in attack strength is pretty paralyzing. However, before we do that, I am going to spend on this. Feels weird, but I'm gonna do that because we're gonna jump over to this Kapua guy. We're gonna initiate this trade route. We're gonna initiate that trade route with Kapua. Again, it's too good not to, right? We actually don't have any other place to put things. Do we want to put these turtles down? +2 culture on warehouse buildings. I would actually, probably in Sierra Biola. Let's pull the kale in. I'm going to put the cotton in actually first because we're trying to build units, and I'm going to leave the turtles out. Unless I'm gonna put the turtles in for... No, because the food is more important here. Oh, not in Miyayama, though. We could pull the food out of Miyayama and just get some extra culture. I'm actually fine with that. Let's throw a little extra culture down. Eventually, we want these turtles to be paired up with our silk and Scorbiol. We'll get there. But for now, I want to take that extra little bit of production that we're getting in Scorbiol and the gold that's pairing with the jade. We need more camels, is what I've decided. All right. Let's see how our war is going. This guy's just going to hang out. These guys are also just going to hang out. We already did that. The question is, are we going up this river? We went up the river as far as we could. Well, we can go one more, but I don't feel the need to discover whatever this is. This guy is hanging on for 2 more turns. This guy is going around the south. Look at this mountain range over here. That's lovely. This might be a settle. We might need to settle this. In a perfect world. Yeah, we could use more units, I feel like. I don't want to get into a sticky situation where we don't have enough. We have the gold. I'm going to go with a heavy archer. That gives us 3 and 3 at least headed down here. We got 2 generals that are going to be in the vicinity, so we can have more units to be able to like pack and move and stuff like that. And we do want to attack these places, right? Like, I want to take both of these. We might... Nah, Koba's worth it too. Koba's got enough resources that I think Koba's worth taking. I think we take Madrid and Koba, and then I think we take Adramedum as well. The question is, do we take Wakikna as well? It's another capital city. We could just come down and take all these. The question's going to be, like, a settlement limit is going to become an issue, right? Like, settlement limit is going to become, like, our bigger problem, I think. Now we have to save up our influence to support our war. All right, he is coming with units. Looks like our good friend Frederick did, in fact, declare war. Frederick has declared war on Augustus, and Xerxes has declared war on Harriet Tubman. So it looks like we're going to have to choose between Xerxes and Harriet over on the other world. Currently, our relationship's better with Xerxes, but, I mean, I don't think declaring war on Harriet Tubman is a super smart idea. We get to choose a city-state bonus in Stockholm. Let's take a look. Once again, apprenticeship down here, you can't see the number, but it's plus 21 science. It's plus 1 science on warehouse buildings. We don't even have a lot of warehouse buildings in even yet. We're already at 21. It's so much better than anything else. Natural law is the other one I think about a lot now. 5% production towards buildings for every scientific city-state you're a suzerain of. 5% towards buildings is not a bad one. But man, everything else is just, it's tough. For now, I think I'm just going to make my warehouse buildings crazy good. I'm just going to take apprenticeship. 21 science for us is a huge boost to our science number. So that feels better to me than anything else. So, all right, now we want to actually pack this unit up. And which way is faster to the front? Let's go that way. All right, they have a heavy archer back here that can shoot our units. We might just push on that right away. So let's take our shot. Get experience on that. We'll move our commander up. And then attack with this guy. Oh, nope. We won't attack with that guy, I guess. We should have actually moved our commander in a different direction. Because this guy's going to take heavy damage if he gets attacked. That's unfortunate. So we'll do this first. Here's what we're going to do. We attack with this courser first. And then we attack with this guy. We should get the experience. Let's see. There's the 5 for the first. Did we not get the 5 for the... Yeah, there's the minus 20. Then the plus... There it is. Perfect. So, again, the way that it works, if you're attacking to a tile and you don't take it, then the tile you're adjacent to works. If this guy, if you notice, if he would have attacked and not killed this unit, we would not have got experience for it because we're not in the range. We're not adjacent to it. But because we attacked and took this tile, then we end up being adjacent to where the attack actually happened. And so we end up, it's very funky the way that it works. Once you get used to it, like, it feels pretty good, I guess, but that works for me. All right, let's just heal this guy for a turn. And then this archer that we just purchased can also move his way down the road. All right, and we have our boat. Let's go ahead and put the Vikinger. Oh, well, you know what? Oh, well, I did it now. We don't have the move and deploy with this guy, so... see, we shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it. It's all right. We'll deploy him out. Because he can't attack now, and we could have just moved both of them to the same tile. Until your generals and commanders have the the promotion where they can deploy and move so they can attack out of that, it's really not worth it to pack usually, unless you're doing like a long trip or something like that. I am going to go ahead and purchase another Vikinger. Oh, did that? No! Did that take it out of my... It took it out of my production queue. That was a bad play. I think it took... Well, now it's building it again. I don't know. Maybe the production was saved. I think the production ended up getting saved on that. Buying units is weird because if you're producing the unit, it doesn't give you... You can't buy out the remaining production on a unit like you can with a building. So I think the game gets a little confused when you make those maneuvers. All right, this guy's gonna sit. We're gonna work on getting stuff up with him. This guy's gonna. Now we're gonna leave. We're gonna go out here. Try to cut through here. We might need open borders with Mr. Machiavelli here sometime soon. 1 turn, so we can get in the water over here. See around this corner. Oh, but Harriet already has a settler there. Look at the land. We got expansion by Jose Rizal out onto these islands as well happening. And looks like this settle is about to happen. That is a beautiful settle. Oh, it's not as good for her. I mean, it's still just as good for her, to be honest. All right, let's keep an eye on the war front. There is access to the wharf, and all of our civilian and support units can enter ocean terrain. That'll turn us loose. Explore a little bit more. There's the settle. Wow, right as we were coming down to check it out. That is a gorgeous settle. That would have been a perfect settle for us. Machiavelli has declared war on Xerxes. Okay, so Xerxes is now at war with both Harriet Tubman and Machiavelli. So there's a little set of alliances going on over there, interestingly enough. Okay, let's pack this guy. Then we're gonna move. We don't have zone of control with that guy, right? So we can move here and then still deploy. And then I actually want to do the same thing with some of my troops. Any troop that is healthy, we can pack, and then we'll go ahead and redeploy. We're gonna go ahead and shoot this guy. That actually gets the kill that we needed. And then the question is, do we heal up these guys before we make our move? I think we maybe want to heal these guys real quick before we make our move. So I'm gonna bop this guy back. We'll heal him. We'll do the same thing with that guy. It leaves us a little unprotected right here, but I think we'll be okay. Once our boats come down, we can get all the way through this river. So we're gonna have, once our boats come in, we'll have free form of here. Plus, it looks like Augustus is having to deal with a huge push from Frederick. We're actually gonna have to make sure Frederick doesn't take this city before we can get it. We want to get all of our pillaging done too, right? So we're actually a little ahead of speed on that. What tech do we want? We're gonna go machinery to get Gristmill Sawmill. I was kind of debating some of where we might want to go next. Real Monastery actually would be really nice for us. Might go after Real Monastery potentially. That one's a little tricky to build, so we'll have to look to see if we have a spot to do it. All right, Silbiol has done. The settler is now out. We could now go for growth. We could go for Saga Heroes, which is not a bad idea. I think we want to get some of these buildings in. Upping our gold economy is not a bad idea if we want to keep spending on that. We can also put this temple in. This is a 612 temple. And we can get a religion like up and running just for the fun of it, just because we have access to it. Let's go Bazaar first. Throw that down. This is not an overbuild. Oh, wait. Hold on. I want to move my Bazaar, actually. I'm moving my Bazaar up to here because it's just ridiculous up there. So let's do that first, potentially. We can reach up there. Again, not an overbuild. And we're going to get an expansion off of that, which will allow us to push to... Do we have any other... Yeah, right here, where we have a Thingstadter placed, and up here as well. Either of those works for our move. That's just food, and that's just food. So it's just food on both of those, but that's fine. We'll just go ahead and grab them. Let's grab this one first. Eventually, it will become a Thingstadter. Skalholt has built another Vikinger. That is fine. We're going to build another. Do I want to pack him? No, I'm not going to pack him. Now that we have moved him, we can build another Vikinger. That gives us 1, 2, 3. We want at least a 4th, so we're just going to go ahead and buy it. 340, 130. And then we come in here and we produce another. Oh, crap. I can't produce another because now he's in my way from producing another. So we just go into like our bazaar or something. that will allow us to grow to our things starter location up here. Which we could actually switch the bazaar to that thing starter. You know what? Let's do that. Now that we have a good one to put in, let's put that in for the 1 turn. Because after that, we're going to go into another Vikinger. So let's actually pull... I'm going to pull the bazaar out of the queue because I don't want to accidentally go into building it. We'll take the 1 turn, build the thing starter in, and then get back to our boat building. Oh, no! Oh, we failed miserably. We bought one in while there was one standing. And now we have a Vikinger that's stuck in a lake. Oh, I was wondering why we only had that many. Because it goes to the harbor first, but then if the harbor's full, it goes to the fishing quay. And we put our fishing quay over here. Oh. No, that's just a lighthouse. They can spawn on lighthouses? Oh, I did not know that. Don't try to attack Scalaholt. We got Vikingers in our lakes. That is unfortunate. I did not realize that was going to happen. Not even close. But we'll move all the way in. Getting our boats in play. We are 1 turn away from Huggenstrecka 2, and that will allow us to put in our pillage stuff. Dicey around here. This guy's just going to sit for a second. We want to pick this guy. We want to pick this guy up. Well, actually, this guy's full health, so we could stay here and shoot units if we needed to for experience. In fact, this guy could actually come in and support that effort, right? We could be double shooting any units that enter the water here, which would be really good. This guy's going to leave the water, but if he leaves the water, then we can shoot him with any of our different units. All right, here is our settler, and we don't know where the settler wants to go yet. We have no idea where we want to send this settler. We know we don't need to settle out here. This is not a distant lands treasure resource. These islands are all free for someone to settle. I honestly don't mind if someone else wants to settle in here, so long as they're my friend. Yeah, we could settle one of our spots that we have here, but I think what I would rather do is just get this settler onto the distant lands. There's no good settles on this side of the map, it looks like, for us. Like here, but that's like in the middle of everything. It seems really bad. Probably down here is our better bet. But we'll probably just cross here because this is our closest cross. So I might just send them to like this location and then we'll get them crossing over here. I just want them on the distant land to be, and then we can buy future settlers from that spot. So once we get something settled on the distant land, then we can get there, right? This guy's headed up. We have to watch out for this volcano though, right? This little mountain range. This guy's headed around. Oh, there is Mr. Xerxes. Wow, this whole coast is settled. This entire coast has been settled. So it looks like the other direction is going to be like a better bet for trying to like find opportunity. Can we invest in our war yet? Next turn. Next turn we can invest in our war. This general. So, get over there. Oh, a couple more turns here, I think. Frederick is making money on this war right now. Oh! Augustus had a courser sneak up on the road. Right. We do want to change our policies. Naval yields grant culture equal to 50% of pillage. We want that in, so we're going to have to take out our overbuild one. Wait, why can I not change policies? Hello? We just got a civic? This heavy archer getting attacked was a real bummer. How are we going to get him out of there? We're going to have to like fortify him out? All right, we'll get there. This might be our last turn because this is a lot of stuff happening. 125 culture. We have to pick another civic, and now we definitely want +3 combat strength for naval and embarked units. We also want this healing one for sure. Yeah, let's just go in this direction fast as we can. And then we do need to put our, why can I not change policies? What is the deal here? We literally just researched a civic. I do not know why I cannot do that. Let's get this guy in to a spot. Okay, so we need to move these guys first if we can. So let's get our commander in here and our boat. This boat is going to move to here. This boat is going to move all the way. Then we're going to purchase our unit so we don't forget. We're going to build the unit. We're going to buy it. Did we save some gold? Nah, I want more boats out. I should probably buy it. Okay. Now let's see what's going on in our land. So if I can get this commander into range, I won't be able to get... I'm going to get this killed. This guy is going to heal again. We'd actually come down here and support this by cutting this guy off. This guy we want to heal one more turn, so we'll leave him healing. And this commander is just going to hang out. That brings us to our boats, which can now start making some serious inroads, and we want to be pillaging with our boats as well. We don't need to attack, actually, because I don't want to take his walls down before I pillage. Like, I want to pillage, right? So let's just... Oh my gosh. Look at the text on this. We have the capability of pillaging like a million things right here because we can... Oh my God. Which pillage do we want to do? I don't even know which one is best. Probably this bazaar? Oh my goodness. So the options are pillage the bazaar for 120 gold. I mean, that's the one, right? Or do we take the, is there a culture one? Do we take the culture or the science? There's science? Oh, heck, let's take the gold. Because that'll get us to the observatory on the next pillage, right? Oh, gosh. 120 gold. What else? 30 science. And we didn't even get to put our card in. We didn't even get the culture from it, which we would have gotten if they would have let us switch our card in. Which is just dumb. Why can I not put the card in? Oh, our fleet commander can pillage too. Fleet commander, what? I guess you should just pillage this. Now, we're not going to get the extra... We won't get the extra cult science from that, right? So we would have, if we would have used a Vikinger to do it, we would have gotten extra science on top, but we don't. But this guy could do the same thing, right? We might as well. Oh, this is gonna be... Okay, if this guy gets damaged by this volcano, it's just bad luck for him. All right, can I ask for open borders? I don't want this ship to get damaged. I'd like open borders. I also need to invest in my war. I should have done that before we started attacking. We're gonna do that first. Do we have enough left over for open borders with Xerxes? We do not. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit here for a second. That is going to be it for this episode. Turn 18, we went relatively quickly until that war happened. Now we're engaged in a battle. I am loving the pillage economy for the Vikings, though. More to come pillaging as the Vikings. We also are close to getting another wonder in. I think 2 turns away on Serpent Mound. We'll see if we can pull that off. If you like the content, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and then subscribe to the channel so you know when we release these videos. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next week.